And happy Wednesday. And I am here today with social media manager Kim. If you notice, we're having trouble putting our normal descriptions on the screen, right? My
It
streaming
always
service.
changes. Tech always
It's
changes.
every day, Kim. Every
I know.
day something is changing. It's making me crazy.
I know. I actually went into Ads Manager last week to create an ad for somebody, and it was like everything was changed. And it's like, well, good thing because it keeps me having a job because
Yes.
I can barely keep up with it, and I'm in it all day long.
I know. It's really crazy. It's
It
crazy.
is.
So I
It is.
like this topic today, though, because it is really important, yet it's really hard to do, which is the art of authenticity um, on your social media and how to get genuine brand and genuine followers who connect with you.
Correct.
And
Correct.
I will start us off by saying you're going to give us definitions and stuff, but fear of being out in the public eye is what holds most people back. And it's real. Fear is real.
Correct. And when we think about it and take a step back, it's not just social media, it's in real life. And so it's no wonder it's hard for us to show up sometimes authentic on social media because when we go to a networking event, we go to church, we go to a family gathering, how you doing? I'm fine. You know,
I'm
that
always good.
right, right. But we tend to only show up authentic within our small circle. And so I want to give people permission if it's hard to show up authentic because it is a skill set that we learn and it's not natural and always easy for everybody. I struggle myself. And so I want to give people permission to understand that being authentic, it's just being who you really are. So if an example would be is if you like the matcha tea versus a coffee, share that you like matcha tea because you're going to identify and connect with somebody. So that's just a simple, like if you like something a little bit different, um,
Right.
taking those small steps. But yes, fear is a thing. It holds many people back. It holds me back. It's hard to be authentic in real life and it's hard to be authentic in social media. However, when we are authentic is when we tend to connect the most. Example that I'll share is that I can teach everybody social media tips all day long, blue in the face, and I might get one or two comments or one or two likes on my Instagram post. If I share about my cancer journey, about being a grandma, about my gardens, about my dogs, anything like that, I'm going to always connect better with my audience.
I know it's really interesting if I post a picture of myself or me and my fiance, it gets a ton of likes and comments. And if I post a tip on how to run your business more profitably, it gets a third of the comments. Like it's
Yes, and we think about how we use social media. If you are going through and you're scrolling the feed, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a little bit different. You're probably going to do more of the businessy stuff, but the other two feeds, if you're going through it, where are you going to stop and click?
right.
Business tip, make sure you time block. All right, I know that. I'm not going to give you a thumbs up. Or if I see you and your fiance walking on the beach, I'm going to go, hey, yeah, fine. You know, I'm excited for her. I'm inspired because that makes me want to go walk on the beach with my husband. So
Yes.
it's a connection. So if we take a step back, sometimes we forget that we are consumers of social media. So what do we want? What do we like to see? How do we respond? And that's where that authentic piece can really make a difference. Think about what makes you click and see if you can't share that with your audience as far as that type of post or that type of reel or video.
Yeah. And there's a great tip right there. If you liked what someone else did, you can do your version of that.
Correct.
Right. If you're
Correct.
attracted to it, then they're going to be attracted to it. So, yeah, I do stop when I see people post a little bit about their personal lives. And it's really the reality is it's because we're all freaking nosy and we want to lurk on someone else's life. And then, like you said, we might get inspiration to do it ourselves.
Correct. If I see somebody with a journal and a cup of coffee sitting out on a patio in the summer, it's a reminder to me, like, did I check in with myself? And because that's an important value of mine, did I do that? And if I didn't, that's like, oh, I'm inspired. So then I get my journal out and I might sit it on the counter to remind me to go sit on the patio because we're busy and we forget. But, you know, a lot of times we're inspired by other people. And especially as busy business owners, we tend to connect with someone that is going to do, they're living a lifestyle that we want to live too. And so with
Yeah.
designers, a great way to be authentic is sometimes I'll get, well, I don't have any project photos or I've used all my project photos. Well, I assume you designed your own home. Like, I assume that you have a stack of books on the end table.
Although I might disagree with you on that one because, the shoemaker has no shoes.
I understand. But it wouldn't take long. If you don't have a project, it wouldn't take long for you to, what's the word? Prop up, like
a vignette, create a vignette.
Correct. Or take your end table that you have, your coffee table, and set a couple books and a little fresh flower on it and take an image. Like we overthink sometimes and we overdo. And what is really resonating across the board, videos, images, are people doing real life. We like to see the zits and the warts a little bit. Sorry to say. You know what I mean? Is that we want to see, but it's really hard. I had a knee replacement 6 weeks ago. It's been very hard for me because and that's what people need permission to I had to pull back. I didn't have anything left to give to social media. I didn't want everyone to know what I was like, the icky part of it, because that's not who I am as a person. I don't want you to see that. Now I might talk about it a little bit, but it's because I had to go through that process of it. So people need to, there's that fine balance between being authentic, sharing too much, and being who you are. So you got to step back. But designers have a wonderful opportunity in being authentic and just showcasing. Even one thing that works really well is where to get your inspiration.
Yeah, I was just thinking as you're talking, designers should be sharing the pretty things that like when I was an art consultant, I shared a lot of artwork that I liked,
Right.
Whether it would be appealing to other people or not, to be like, oh my God, isn't this beautiful? Or, oh, wow, this is unique. If they find a unique product or a unique something, or just love a fabric, they can be posting that. That reminds people that that's their love and that's what they do for a living.
Right. Or you might, if you posted a fabric that you love or wallpaper that you loved, I might love that same wallpaper and reach out to you and say, how can I find that? Or do you sell that privately? Or
right.
Yeah.
Right. But I think you hit the nail on the head. We all overthink it. And it's nice to be, for me, it's nice to be at a point where most of it's done for me. I just add to the stories when I'm out in my personal life, again, so people can see that I do have some balance in my life, which I've struggled to get. And I'm always teaching people now how to get more balance in their life. And I'm still not 100% there yet, working on it. So that's teaching at the same time, just like a designer can be teaching how they make decisions, why they like certain things, what are the basic elements of design, right?
Correct. And I actually met with a designer the other day on a new consult, and she loves a beautiful feed, which is perfect. Some people want their feeds to look like a magazine. Bless that automatic. So how do you create that authentic relationship? Use stories. So these stories so Instagram provides an opportunity. Some designers are okay with having their dog and their flowers and everything else and having kind of more of a mix match of a feed. But other designers, they want it to be a portfolio and looking like a magazine. Neither one is right or wrong. It fits with your personality. Yes. But then if you are the one that wants the beautiful portfolio, more Instagram magazine-like feed, then use stories to your advantage so people can create that authentic connection with you.
Absolutely. Something just popped into my head and I can't remember it now. There's so many. Oh, I know what it was. People get so fearful of posting what they're doing in their personal life because they just they feel like it's an invasion of privacy. What a lot of people don't know is when I post, it's long after I was at that place. They get hung up on, well, I'm not actually there right now. It could be a picture from 2 weeks ago. Nobody knows.
Right? And actually, unless it's something that's, if you're at a chamber event and you want to give a shout out to the local chamber, that that event would be happen. But if you are on vacation, if you had a new baby, if you had a graduation, anything significant, I actually recommend posting later because of safety.
Yes.
Simply safety is that if someone knows you're on vacation, you're opening yourself up to potential problems. And so posting later is what most people do. Posting even 6 months later sometimes is okay. So.
Yeah, again, people don't know. Like you think, well, it's not authentic. I'm not doing this week, but nobody really knows that. So
because you did do it. It would be different if I took a picture of you and posted it on my page as me. So there's,
Right, which goes to show you, though, designers have a ton of pictures in their phones when they go shopping, things that they like, right?
Correct.
They can post something from a year ago if they wanted to. And they don't have to say Throwback Thursday or anything. They could just say, I love this. Like,
Correct.
you know,
Correct.
and why.
And really, when I look at the designers and even the ones that we work with, when they share those little things like the wallpaper, them picking out carpet or tile, what it does is it inspires me as a potential client of theirs, because I'm like, I'm looking and I'm watching. It's like, I like their style.
Yes.
I like what they're doing. And so that will put, when I am ready to hire a designer, they will be first of mind. And that's what you want to create.
Yes. You want someone to say, I really like their taste and it seems to match mine. And they push me a little outside of my comfort zone because their taste is maybe a little funkier than I am now, but I want to go in that direction. I'm going to call them.
Correct. And like we have that Get It Done Club. So we have some designers in there. There's one person, I absolutely love them as a person, but their design style would never fit in my lifestyle.
Right.
But I know that, and I still watch them for inspiration because they're inspiring and their energy can be felt through their post.
Yes.
And those are the things that you want. So the authenticity, that connectivity is that, can people feel your energy? When you look at your feed and you see one of your posts, like I just did an audit on Fresh Impact and I was like, oh my goodness, somehow by having some people on our team do it, I lost my brand. I lost my authenticity.
Amazing.
It's like I would never post that typically. And so taking a step back, looking at your feed is like, does it really capture your personality? Are you really a fun-loving person and your Instagram feed is boring? Like, whatever.
Remember years ago, we were having my wall be very perfectionist looking, and I liked it. I wanted it in the beginning. I'm like, I want my wall to look nicer, my feed to look, branded with my colors and everything perfect. And after like 6 months, I called you and I'm like, I don't like it. It's not your fault. It's what I wanted, but I don't like it. It's not me. I'm messier. I'm not clean cut like that. And I just wanted it to be more authentic to me, which is a little haphazard at times.
Right. And which gives people permission to stop and change.
Yes.
You don't have to announce
modify.
You don't have to say, I'm changing my brand. Here's my new look. Just start doing it and see if people notice.
Yes.
Like one thing people would comment on our feed was before is I can always tell when your image is, when it's one of yours because it's so fresh and clean.
Oh.
And then we changed and we added more blue and stuff like that and changed the font, and I wasn't getting those comments. So listen to how people respond. Do people say, meet you at coffee or in a social network and say, I love your Instagram feed? Or do you never hear anything back?
Right.
You know, so or ask people that you trust, other colleagues, if you are, accountability partners with anybody or have in masterminds or in other groups, ask somebody, connect with them and say, hey, would you look at my Instagram feed and does it reflect my brand and my personality?
Right. Or tell me what it says to you. Don't even tell them your brand. Just say, tell me what this says to you. What does it mean? Right. Is it formal? Is it casual? Is it luxury? Is it DIY? Right. Ask somebody to take a look at your feed and what is the feeling they get.
Right. And like you said with you, sometimes it's a matter of testing. Start putting stuff out. You don't know until you test it.
Yes.
And even I could say, each one of our clients, we have to approach a little bit different because what works for one client doesn't work for another client with their audience. And so testing it, seeing what works. So.
Okay. All right. So everyone should understand what authenticity is.
Right.
We talked about how to create some authentic content.
Yeah. And our next point, I think, was like humanizing the brand. Again, showcasing who you are. If you find inspiration in flowers, take pictures of flowers, share that. Even if it's not design focused, it can inspire. But then how does that flower, make sure in the caption, someone had posted a picture of something the other day and it's like, okay, what do you want me to do with this post? What you don't have anything. You just have the post #flower. No. Why did you feel like you wanted to share that with me?
But that's where people start feeling pressure. Like it has to be the perfect words, and no.
Nope. All you have to do is just put a little inspiration for your day.
Simple.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you find inspiration in nature?
Right. Or I walk in nature every day and I get inspired. Like any kind of generic sentence like that, you'll get comments like, oh my God, me too. Or thank you for reminding me to go for a walk today.
Yes. Simple. If you don't know captions, ChatGPT, as much as it's painful to say.
Oh my God, I use it every day. I can't even.
Put in there, say Instagram post on a flower, and you'll have your copy.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll learn your voice pretty
Yes.
easy. So that's another tip for the day. And then the last, I think one of the big things was engaging with followers is just engage with your audience. If someone likes a post, so say Nancy comes and likes my post, then an engagement tip would be is if I went to Nancy's feed and then commented or liked on one of her posts. That's one of the simplest, easiest ways to stay front of mind and build that relationship with the people that you want to connect with.
So again, like I know when people hear this, they're like, oh my God, I don't have time to do all of this. But if you put 15 minutes a day,
Yes,
you can actually get it done.
correct. We don't have to do, and if you skip a day, it's like a diet. Don't wait till Monday. Just start tomorrow. Don't like this consistency is definitely the key. And same with posting. If you haven't posted for a month or two, just get back on the bandwagon and make a goal to post once this week. And then next,
It happens to everybody. I mean, my daughter is TikTok, got a large following on TikTok, and she felt uninspired one week. And I noticed there was no post going up. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on. Like I noticed because of her mother, yes, but also her followers noticed. Like, are you okay? Where you been? You know, because they get used to you posting on a certain way. And when you change it, sometimes people will notice.
Correct. And the biggest thing is, especially with the recession and COVID and everything, if you're not posting, people don't think you're in business. Simple fact. Even if you don't get business from the social platforms, because in reality, it is hard to get business when you're a designer. Like that is hard to be a natural sales funnel for you sometimes.
Yes.
But people will still go there and they're still creeping on you and checking out on you because we do it. Everybody does it.
And I will remind people what I've said a million times on these lives is that the people who hire you are not the people you expect. They are not the people who are liking and commenting. People who come into my Profit Insider program or your Get It Done Club, there are people that they never even said like a word to you, and yet they've been following you for 3 or 4 years.
Correct. And it's surprising. Or all of a sudden you'll see a comment a year later and it's like, where did that come from? That they just all of a sudden. So people are watching, they're noticing, and social media is a beautiful way to just showcase your brand, showcase who you are in a simple way, cost-effective way. And it doesn't, when you think about all the time that we can waste, like we're worried about if our logo colors are the right colors or not.
I know.
Just do it. I changed my colors. I used to be primary. I used to be colors of bright pink and yellow and green because I love garden flowers. But that really wasn't what I wanted as a brand. And we changed.
Yeah, I was turquoise.
Yes.
I was turquoise. And then like literally 6 months later, I went, oh God, this is too bright. It's aggravating my eyes. It must be aggravating everybody. So yeah, these are things that can change that everybody gets so locked up on. I think the best lesson is just to do it, test it, see what works, and don't get so hung up because the reality is for most of us, not that many people see our posts.
Correct.
So we can play and experiment and not worry so much about it being offensive or embarrassing because not that many people see it. And most of the time, the people who are seeing it are just impressed that you're doing it at all because they didn't have the guts to do it.
Correct. And that same goes is where I see people get hung up. It's like, well, the algorithm changes. How can I trick the algorithm? Or Facebook is this. Quit blaming the platforms. We have no control over what they do, but we have control if we show up and just do the best that we can do.
Perfectly said.
Soapbox.
Yeah, I was going to say mic drop, as Leslie said. Yeah, that's exactly it. Stop worrying about. I say to everyone, like, don't even look at. When you're auditing your social media, you look at your likes and your comments. But give it up for a while and just do it consistently and don't get so hung up on, is anyone commenting? Did anyone like that? Nobody liked that. Should I take it down? Should I not take it down? Like,
you know what? I heard something from Mel Robbins yesterday about being so focused on what you're doing and not paying attention about if someone likes what you do or not. Because really, when you go through that feed, it should make you smile. It should make you happy. It should make you proud of the business that you've created. Nobody else is paying your bills or running your company but you. And so, yes, the likes, you don't want to be so self-centered or egotistical that you don't pay attention to what your audience wants.
Correct.
But being aware of that, but really it is your brand. And when you look through the feed and you're going, ugh, that makes me sick, or like, I am so proud of where I've come and what I've done, and that people are seeing the beautiful projects I'm creating.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's another mic drop thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're giving a ton of tips here.
Yes.
If you're tuning in on replay or later, go back and watch from the beginning. Did we miss anything?
I think we kind of, in a nutshell, covered everything a little
Okay.
bit. We didn't follow the list. We kind of went on, but
We went on our conversational path as we always do, but
Right.
I'll read the list. So you know what authenticity is. You want to create authentic content. You want to humanize your brand. And I do that a lot through my stories. I think my stories humanize my brand. And I think a lot of people do it through stories. Engage the followers by having conversations with them. Give it 15 minutes a day to engage with your followers. Build a strong brand presence. And I think that comes a lot with the consistency that you talk about, right?
Right.
That is building a strong brand presence when you consistently show up. And then of course there's always challenges and pitfalls, but don't use the excuses, which, you know, you run the Get It Done Club. I think it's the most amazing, simplest way to manage your social media. If you're struggling with, gee, I don't have a ton of money to hire a social media manager, but I have a little bit of money and I want to learn it myself first before I hand it over. And I want to figure out my voice and my brand and how to do all this stuff. The Get It Done Club is where you learn all of that.
Correct. We meet weekly and we show up and we help you connect your tech. We help you brainstorm ideas for marketing, like what kind of videos will work, what doesn't do that. We have access to our social platforms so you can do the scheduling, put it in once and it goes to all your platforms, which is a huge time saver. Lately, we've been showing people how to use Canva and create templates so that you can have your testimonials go out, and so that you have those time-saving tips that will let you focus more on your business instead of having to do so much on your marketing. So,
all right. So tell everyone how they get into the Get It Done Club, or get the details about the Get It Done Club.
They want
details. They want you to do their social media completely.
Right. You can go to freshimpactllc.com and there's information on what we do, and there is a little tab that says join the club.
Okay.
The
link is below in the description. If you are watching live or on replay on YouTube, please subscribe and like so that we let you know when we're going live with more lessons. We're trying to do a lot of lessons per week now, teaching people so much on social media to get our faces recognized. So when people need us, they'll know we're there. That's what we want all you guys to do too. Find your way of throwing your marketing net wide enough where people know about you. So then when they need you, they know where you are and where to find you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next month. Do we know what the topic is next month?
No, we don't. But I have a few ideas with some of the recent changes. There's been some bigger changes. So.
Oh, fun. All right. And if anyone has any questions about social media, post it in the comments below, tag Kim or I, and that'll give us more information of what you really need to learn related to your social media, and make sure we're covering that in our lives too.
Correct.
Okay. Any task for them? We sometimes like to give people a task.
We do. And let's see. My task is showing up authentic one post in the next week and tag us so then we can celebrate you.
Oh my God, good idea. Okay, one authentic post in either your stories or your wall, tag me and Kim, and we will make a comment on it.
Or we'll share it on our stories and give you a little bit more love.
Ah, there you go. We'll do that. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, Kim.